everybody. I'm really anxious to talk about this topic today because it's something that I'm still really just navigating through and trying to figure out, but I know that I'm struggling with it. Other folks that I've talked to with MS are struggling with it, so I figured let's talk about it. Losing friends. So, I really took pride in the fact that I felt that I had an amazing group of friends, an amazing circle of support. And I still do. But I really felt like I had gotten rid of, grown out of, really honed in on quality people that I felt were going to be in my life for the rest of my life. I just felt like I knew myself, better now, and that I could determine what relationships I needed to keep in my life, who I needed to keep, at bay, and that I really wouldn't have really any friendship, kind of problems. I rarely fight with my friends. I rarely have quarrels. It's just been really a blessing, I would say in my 30s of finding these friendships that I know I was going to take with me, through the long haul. And then I got diagnosed with MS, which was terrifying for me. I've heard from my friends in my family how terrifying it was for them and how much it hurts them to see me, in pain or not doing well. But I got diagnosed. I felt like I could lean on people that I expected I could lean on. Everyone kind of met whatever expectations I created for them without their permission, in my head. And I noticed, I would say pretty much from the first month of my diagnosis, even to today, almost 2 years later, that people that I really thought were going to be by my side and with me throughout this journey are no longer in my life. And it really hurts. It really feels like a rejection, a betrayal. You're angry. There's just so many, feelings that you have when it comes to this disappointment that so many of us have gone through when it comes to our external relationships now that we're living with this disease. And I just really didn't know what to do with my anger, what to do, with my hurt feelings when these people left my life. No one ever really says, what you have going on is too much or it's too difficult, so I'm gonna take a step back. That's not usually how it goes. It's usually this fade or an abrupt kind of ghosting, is some things that I've, experienced. I've been left waiting outside of a hospital thinking that I had a ride from a friend who just never showed. And all of those things, all those experiences, I think really were adding to this resentment and this anger that I have towards this disease in the first place. And I wasn't remembering or taking a look at the friends that waited with me for hours while I got several MRIs, or came to me in the middle of the night when I started having my first tremors and didn't know what was happening. I kind of wasn't really paying attention to those blessings and those friends that had really shown up, and I was really honing in on the friends that had left me. And my therapist was just talking to me about just everything that everyone's kind of going through. I'm always saying that we need to try to be kind. We never know what someone's going through on the inside. There's more to people's stories, that we just don't know. So don't jump to conclusions. Don't judge. Be kind. And I have to kind of take that same advice when it comes to these friendships, because I don't know what maybe was going on in their life. Maybe there was just too much. Maybe what was happening with them personally, they have to focus on and put themselves first, and they didn't have enough to give to me. And so many of us struggle with finding like the words to express whatever it is that we're going through. I struggle with finding the words to talk about, my pain and what help and what support I need. We just talked about that just a few episodes ago. And I have to think that these people that were so significant in my life for that period of time that they were in it, that they do love me. They did love me. That there isn't, this whole relationship wasn't a lie, but that life happens and sometimes we don't handle it the best way, or we don't know how to handle it. We don't know how to find those words. We don't know how to speak up and say, my cup is too full. I feel like I'm drowning. I can't sit here and be with you getting this kind of news because I have all of this kind of going on in my life and it's just too much for me, but I love you. And I have to just hope and believe in the friendship that we did have and know that there was a reason and that was the season that they were in my life, and to be grateful for that, to not try to block it out, act like it never happened, erase them from my memory, but, hold them in that space as an amazing time, and a time where that relationship was something that really filled me, and be grateful for that, and know that that particular chapter is closed. Who knows? It could open again years down the road. We never know who comes in and out of our lives, but just kind of holding that space for them in love and letting go of that resentment and that anger and forgiving them, even if they haven't asked for forgiveness. Just forgive them and be grateful and look at who is around you, who has stood by you, and stay in that place. Because if you find yourself in that space, all you're surrounded with is love and warmth and support and people that you can trust. And it's just a much better space for you to be in, so that you can continue to grow and continue to share and give back the love that's been given to you. So losing friends, it's hard, it's tough. People come, people go. We hear this all of the time. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt any less, but I really hope that this episode can just have you start thinking about those relationships and remember those good times. It's okay to miss them. It's okay to reference them. It's okay to smile when you think of them, because they were important in your life and they had a role in your life. I don't want you to diminish that. I want you to, embrace it. Remember them, love them, forgive them, and let go. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.